G'day guys, welcome back to the Process of Success podcast. It's a little different today. I'm here in my home studio in Perth after a few weeks traveling and on the road. We had a bit of a break with the podcast, but I'm super excited to bring you the first ever podcast shot outside of Australia. Now it's a bit of a different format to me interviewing one person here in Perth, but what we did was myself and Andrew, we interviewed two very high-level female cricketers from India. And I'm super pumped to bring you this format. Now, on the 23rd of July 2017, the Indian women's team came incredibly close to beating England in the World Cup final at Lord's. England's star, and I'm going to read this quote, Jenny Gunn said, "India have been such a good side for years now, and it's a shame they're only just getting the recognition now for what they've done the last year, but who knows? Women's cricket is going from strength to strength, and the 2020 competitions around the world, whereas in India, it's in their blood." Having been in India recently, I'm super pumped and proud to bring you this interview and share with you guys what's going on with some of the players over there and what they're thinking. So please enjoy this interview with Vanitha and Likhitha as they inform us about their introduction to KIOC, the Karnataka Institute of Cricket, their aspirations at international and state level, and why cricket has been of importance to them. I hope you enjoy it.
So it's Monday morning at KIOC. We just had a session with Vanitha VR and Likhitha VG from at KIOC in Bangalore. And so just like to introduce them first of all to our cricket mentoring audience, and they'll give a bit of background of where they are in cricket at the moment. So Vanitha VR, please.
Good morning. Hi, I'm Vanitha VR. I currently play for Karnataka, and I've also represented Indian team in both the formats, T20 as well as 50 overs. And I play most of the time, my role in the team is opening bat. Sometimes in the middle, sometimes 50 overs I play in the middle order as well. So I part-time bowl medium pace too. So that's the profile.
Excellent. And Likhitha VG?
Hello, my name is Likhitha. I am currently playing for I've played state probables and I'm playing for my club at KIOC. I am a leg spinner and a top order batsman.
So, Likhitha, how did you arrive at KIOC, please?
I used to play near my house, at a club near my house, and then one day my dad just gets me here and he tells me there are a lot of girls playing cricket here. I used to be the only girl playing there, so I was really excited to come here and play with the rest of the girls. So that's how it started.
And Vanitha, how did you arrive here? Because that was some time ago too, wasn't it?
Probably this goes back 17 years ago. Doesn't look like an old fairy tale though, but I started probably 17 years ago here. When I was 11, I joined the camp academy. My dad just dropped in. It's all the dads that carry forward this, you know. It's my dad who just got me here to the camp because I was more of this famous face in gully cricket and street cricket. So my dad felt, okay, there need to be some professional setup for me to particularly take it up. And that's how KIOC happened to me.
Were there many girls here 16 years
When I started, yes, there were plenty of girls. Honestly speaking, we had a very good setup because earlier, before the merging of Women's Cricket Association with the BCCI, the main setup was the Karnataka State Cricket setup was in KIOC. So we used to use a lot of facilities here. The state practices was held here. So because of that, there were a lot of girls who were playing cricket at that time.
Excellent. So when you first walked in here 16 years ago, your first memories of how the place was?
I was just 4 feet then. I was very short when I walked in here. Probably I was very nervous. I had that butterflies. Also, I was quite excited because the kind of boys I had in my nets were like pretty young, energetic. So I was kind of excited about that, and I was looking forward, like, okay, let me smack them. That's been the right mindset right from day one. That's been the mindset, like just go out there and hit the ball hard. Probably I'm just doing that even now.
Does that go back to, you think, your street cricket days? Was there reward? Obviously, where we come from, there's not street cricket.
Definitely, Tom. What happens is, like, most of the time when you fall back in the street cricket in India, the boys their street are very like rogue kind, you know. They're very tough character, so they don't just let you play easy, and you know they're not soft on you. Yeah. So they're just very rude, and you know they just want you to play like just like them. If not, you're not good enough, so just go sit at home. That's how, you know, it's probably the stereotypes what we call it here, and you know, that sort of made me very strong initially. You know, that kind of helped me actually to go through.
Awesome. One of the things I've enjoyed from being here at KIOC is seeing the girls and boys integrate in the nets, the younger ones. There are, as the girls progress, they often train together, but seeing the younger ones training with the boys, I think it's a great way for both the boys and girls to
definitely
learn together.
and also I look at this that the intensity of what the men carry. Probably that's something which it's good for us to learn, because what happens is, like anybody for that matter, even girls, I feel that when you're put in that girl's lot, you know, you just tend to, you know, just be happy with what they're doing. But when you compete with men, you always want to be better. Like you always want to be competing with them, even when you fall back on academies, right? When obviously when you study, you always want to compete with the guys in the classrooms, right? So that's how I look at things.
And Likhitha, you were a little bit older than Vanitha when you first arrived here. So your memories of walking?
I was 16 years old when I came here, and yes, even I was very nervous, and they put me with the boys. Initially, they put me with the small kids for the first week, and then they saw, and then they were like, okay, I think you're a little too good for the kids, why don't you go and join a little senior boys? And then the first time when I played in their net, this sir called Joy sir, he was my coach. So he saw me play, and then as I was done with my batting, he started clapping for me. So that's one memory which I'll always keep with me, that it's given me this confidence.
That little bit of encouragement.
It's amazing how one little moment can be remembered for a long time.
Definitely.
So in your experience so far, Likhitha, at KIOC, how would you say that's helped you, not just as a cricketer, but as a person as well, in yourself?
I'm seeing a lot of changes in myself. I'm a much more confident person now than I was before. I'm always, in any situation in my life, I have this positive approach. I think that's because of cricket, because there's never give up attitude. So that's something which is coming to me now.
Beautiful. And Vanitha?
I mean, if I sit back and think about my journey so far, it's been excellent. It's only been upward, and I've always got better and getting better each day. And the evolution, the way I've been evolving every day is fabulous. It's phenomenal, because the kind of coaches that we interact here, the kind of culture that we've developed over a period in India, back in India, the cricket culture has been phenomenal, and it demands a lot out of you to be up there. So over a period, I've actually been able to like sort of cope up with it, and as a person I've become better. And like she mentioned, it's actually cricket, the game itself, you know, it's phenomenal, it's fantastic, because it teaches you a lot of values in life as well, because not many times you really come across certain situations in life, and as a normal human being, you compare yourself as a sports person, right? There's a huge difference, because we as a sports person, we have this attitude of letting go things, and you know, just come back and fight it out. The sporting spirit, what we call it in a general language, I think that is something which we have inculcated here, and also we've learned and absorbed ourselves that how to let go, how to be happy, how to just chill out, and you know, just enjoy. And when you look back at it, actually it's a big huge thing in India, like the culture here, the cricket, it's a huge thing. And despite that, you know, when you alongside you develop such qualities, I think it speaks a lot of value about the culture and the tradition that we follow here towards cricket.
Are you okay if we go a little bit deeper with the next question?
Yes.
Something which the cricket mentoring program about is the continuous positivity and reinforcement to inspire yourself and inspire others to be the best you can be. And that's in our own language, our own sort of culture. And I like how you use the term the soft language of the Indian culture. And when I first met Irfan many years ago, he always used the word dreams a lot, about being able to create the dreams come true.
Yeah.
Vanitha, how would you, if it's okay in your own space, what dreams have you had?
See, Andrew, honestly speaking, when I joined this academy, all I had was just to come here, hit few balls. I was very joyful, like that gave me a lot of joy. I never looked at myself of representing the country or state or even a club cricket for that matter. Every day I got better, and I only got better, and I'm getting better. It's not that I stopped learning. I learn every minute here in this KIOC. It's a learning process for me, and that's how I've taken it forward. And over a period, I've realized that the more you know, I felt, I started in between, I started believing in quantity. That's something which our Indians overall we believe that okay, it's more of quantity, and then that's the time where a lot of coaches like you all, you know, just came out and started helping us, started trying out and showing us different methods. So probably our mindset also changed a bit over a period. And of course, when you come to dreams, yes. I started having that vision only when I felt that okay, I belong to that level. Like obviously, like when I started competing, when I started performing, when I started being with the top cricketers, I realized that yes, I've got the stuff in me to do it. It's not something which just happened overall. It's of course everyone when they start, they do have a dream, but most of them they don't talk about it because many a times there's a fear where you may not be able to perform, you may not be live up to it. So many a times they don't perform, they don't express their dreams. So of course after representing the state for 5-6 years, that's the time I realized that yes, I have the potential to make it big.
What age was that?
Say about 16 years. 16 years when that was 15 years. I think that was the first time I got picked for India under 21 national camp. That was, so probables of 20 people were there, 20 or 21 guys were there. So that's the time I felt okay, maybe there's something which I can, you know, compete, and probably I've got the stuff in me to be there. That's the time where I started believing.
So just on that was an under 21 camp.
Yeah.
And you were 15 at the time.
Yes.
So how many players in that female camp were there, please?
India players?
Yeah.
That time currently Karuna Jean was playing for India. She's also from our camp, right? So she was playing at that time for the Indian team. She was a top performer for the Indian team also, and a couple of other guys like Likhitha. She's a top all-rounder India's ever produced.
In that overall camp though, how many players were in that? I'm just curious to know that if you were a 15-year-old in an under 21 camp, what was was there 30 players there or
21 players, I think.
Players.
Were you the youngest?
Yeah, I was the youngest.
Right. And how old was the oldest?
Obviously like 21, so it was under 21. 21, so yeah, these guys were there. And one good thing what that camp made me realize what my areas of weaknesses and strength. That's the time where I realized where I stand, where I lack, and what's my strength. So probably such camps gave me a vision to go about it, gave me a path to work, to work towards what it takes to reach there on top. So certain camps, those are I felt those are the moments which probably makes an individual, like how what it takes to reach on top. So I feel that's the moment where I realized that okay, I've got the thing. Yeah, I've got the thing in me to make it big.
Go. Likhitha, your cricket dreams?
Initially, when I started playing on the streets with the boys, and then there was this 2011 World Cup where the men won it. Yeah. So I saw it on TV, and then I was like, that seems fun. That looked really nice. So I thought, okay, maybe let's try it out, because I used to, during that time I used to think, what should I become when I grow up, you know? Maybe a doctor or a musician or something like that. And then I thought, okay, let's give it a try, and then I'm still in this line.
And in that World Cup, which player appealed to you? Who were you drawn into?
That was Sachin.
Sachin,
yeah. It was his last World Cup, so.
Yeah. Likhitha, for you first of all, so from what you've seen come through the academy, where do you believe that women's cricket in India is heading to, please?
Obviously, since I joined until now, I think when I joined there were about 20-30 girls, and now I think there are more than 100 girls here in KIOC. And credits I think goes to the World Cup which happened last year, where India went to the finals, the women's team. I think seeing that, I think the parents they have some hope that their kid can play cricket and there is a future in it. So I think because of that, there are a lot of girls who are playing more cricket now.
Yeah, and the two girls just on that match last year, which I had the good fortune to be at, Vanitha of course played, and
from Rajeshwari Gaikwad. Yeah, she's from Karnataka, she's from Bangalore.
So two players. Yeah. Just before I go to Vanitha, Likhitha, now that and I've seen that experience firsthand, the numbers grow in the girls, and how would you say the quality of the players has changed in that time? So as far as we've grown more numbers, yet is the quality keeping up, do you think, as well?
The quality is, I think it's really improved now because girls are taking it up more seriously. Like they want to take it up as a profession. So yeah, because of that, the quality is definitely improved.
And also, has the way the boys have viewed you girls, has that changed at all? Have they always had the utmost respect from when you started, or has that progressed and changed with the women's game advancing?
I have not come under any situation where the guys have tried to put us down. They've always treated us equally.
Excellent.
Oh, good. And Vanitha, where do you, so you've now got a really excellent perspective of what's changed rapidly in a short period of time, and there's a lot of talk now about the women's IPL might not be too far away because in Tom and I's case, we've seen the women's BBL emerge, remarkably over 2 years, and where now every match is televised across the nation. So it's impossible not to watch women's cricket in Australia, which has really created a massive shift there. Yet from a person who's a player who's trying to be part of that, where do you see cricket heading?
See, Andrew, I believe a lot of work is put behind the scene than what's up there. See, the game, the intensity has gone up from what it was earlier. And when I made my debut first in 2014 for the national team, from now, I mean, there's huge difference. The teams, the international teams overall, they've just come up. One is because mainly because of the fitness levels have gone up, and when we all speak about fitness these days, it's so important, and obviously we have this fancy names and tests which is coming up. So that's not what the point is. The point is fitness has always been important factor throughout, but then now it's seen as one of the major factor. It's simply because the differences that the teams are trying to cover up with each other, catching up with each other. It's obviously the fitness and the fielding levels. And from Indian perspective, I think overseas leagues have opened an insight for us to go about. It showed us where we all lack and where we all stand, and that's something. If you look at it, the overall last World Cup, the stats says incredible factors about the Indian team, which was never before. That we've got the maximum number of run-outs and we've got the maximum number of catches. So it speaks volume about our fitness levels going up. So it's skill factor. We've always been very skillful. I mean, we are the most skillful people, and no offense to anyone, but that's the fact. That
you work harder than anyone. You train harder. So
that's because exactly because our number of hours goes in within the 4 net that is there, instead of just going for a run, or that's not a culture basically. And probably slowly we're just trying to adapt to that lifestyle as well. And I feel everything begins, like I said, everything is right behind the scenes than what we see up there. And a lot of work has been put overall, like since I've been in that setup there, national setup. So I know a lot of things, like we have constant fitness, exclusively fitness and conditioning camps, which every 2 months we see where we stand ourselves. So that sort of makes us and keeps us on toes, and no, we don't take anything for granted. And we also know that we have to compete with the top teams. That is, we are looking at the teams like Australians, England, South Africans, New Zealand's, those are the people what we are trying to compete, and we always want to be the best, obviously. So I feel that extra bit of fitness can probably make us get to that extra 20 runs or save extra 20 runs. That will make huge difference.
And just on that, having worked with you a bit over the last week and got to know you, I've been incredibly impressed by your work ethic, both of you, but can you give our sort of younger viewers, some of the girls watching maybe who are aspiring, what does a normal week look like for you? For example, this morning, what did you get up to?
See, morning, my usual routine from the last 4-5 years, probably 6 years has been like this, that I usually get up around 5:30. That's simply because I feel that usually mornings, you're more fresher, your brains are really fresh, your body is really fresh, so use something more productive. So your learning happens in the morning, not early morning also. So that is the reason why early morning I prefer using it for fitness. Probably around 8-9 o'clock is a time where I feel my brain is too much active to learn the skill part. So I start my day usually at 5:30. I wake up and I'm a firm believer of spirituality, not in a godly way, but within. So I start working myself within. So that's something which I believe meditation is a greater way, and it's absolutely bliss. If you believe that, you know, your breathing is everything. So, you know, you fall back on those things. So I'm one of them. So I start my day with a good cold water shower. I don't see what season it is. So I believe in a good cold water shower, and then a good 20-25 minutes of meditation. Along with that, some Surya Namaskar that we call. It's the salutation, what you all generally say it as. And after that I just have a good green coffee, and I just head for my training. So a good run or a weight training, and then probably after that just come, because of the traffic factor in Bangalore, we just can't go back home and come. So say about 10 o'clock I start my skills, and then go up to till 12:30, 1 o'clock, depends on what I'm working on, and then take a break. And again in the evenings I work my prehab and rehab stuff. Sometimes I like to play a bit of baddie and other sport as well, because that enhances our performances and reflexes, and you know, your ball sense also gets better. So this is how my day usually goes. It's my rough day as well.
It's amazing. Her work ethic's been running in the morning, hitting for a few hours, gym in the evening. And
I eat very clean as well, so no nonsense. Yeah, no nonsense.
And we've had some agility work.
Yeah.
As well, so don't forget the fielding.
Yes, definitely not, Andrew. That was fabulous sessions that I've had with both of you all. It's wonderful, like, you know.
And Likhitha, so how many sessions a week do you come here? How does your cricket activity look?
I come here about 6 days a week.
6 days a week?
Yeah, I'm a student, I'm studying, so I wake up early in the morning, I come here for fitness for some time, and then I head back to college around 8:30. And then I'm in college till about 2:30. I come back here, so then I change, and then I start off with my cricket.
You do the afternoon session.
Yeah, do the afternoon session.
And then do you go and study in the evenings, or?
No. I study only before the exam.
Good work.
During the study holidays.
Outstanding. Well, last official question. This has been incredible. We've really enjoyed being here, and I always sort of walk away from here a confusion of being thankful and guilty, because I take away so much from what we learn from you all here in so many ways. This is Tom's first visit to India, so maybe just share with us just one or two things each that you might have found different that we've been able to bring in this trip, that you feel is something that you'll continue with, please?
See, I mean, I've met you a couple of times earlier, like whenever you've been in India, so it's always pleasure working with you, because you come up with different ideas. And like I said the other day when I said I'm just coming out from an injury, so you planned up my session accordingly, because you know for the fact that, okay, the loading wise, my hamstrings obviously, so you were aware of that, and you planned it accordingly to how my body would react. And then once I started getting better, you progressed it with another drill. So the intensity, the idea was, you said that the other day, the heart rate and all that, you know, the intensity, just to check how good I am with my agility and all that. So, you know, it's about, I felt every time you come here, you give us a lot of wisdom towards it's not just cricket, it's towards life as well. It's because life is beyond cricket, and probably if we were good enough, probably we like to carry that towards the life as well. So that's been phenomenal having you every time you're here in India. It's been an incredible experience, because every kid out there are so excited. I see the lot of youngsters, they walk up to you and like, Andrew sir, you know, they're so excited, and I'm sure they bug you with a lot of questions as well.
All questions are good.
And I believe that the more you ask is the more you open up about yourself, because and I'm very, very, very happy with the way the kids, you know, they come up and the way they ask you a lot of questions.
And maybe from someone, Tom, who's played at a high level, some of the things that you've learned from the batting planning aspect that you would like
Tom, honestly speaking, Tom, I didn't know it was Tom, you know, this Tom that I've been following on Instagram, because there's something which cricket mentoring page has been fabulous. I'll tell you, there was an instance where I was probably down, and I was feeling very down mentally probably during my season. And that is the time where I came across this page, Cricket Mentoring, and I just went through all their posts, read a lot of things, and trust me, I have a lot of screenshots of this, the posts that he posts. And at that point in time, it was such a relief, probably the thing what you're seeking for, you got an answer. So something which you got an answer at, and probably I'm also a firm believer of writing down my journals. I write down whatever I work on, and probably reading a lot of his posts and articles, I just wrote down a lot of things. He made me write down a lot of things. So I must tell you that I need to admit that I've written a lot of things. Actually, he's one of them. He's made me write 10 pages in a day. It's because of him. So
that gives you a story to go back to your high school days and let your teachers know that you're actually out there teaching.
Yeah. So and the first time I interacted with him right there, it was very brief and very short, and it sort of opened up, because until then I was sort of confused. It's not that we don't know certain things. We've learned so many things in our life that sometimes you really don't know when to implement them, and that's the time where you really need a mentor to just show it, like, okay, listen, so this is what it is. Like, it's the simple basic things will make a huge difference, and that's what he did the other day. He just said it's nothing, you just have to be clear. It's clarity. It's not that I don't know it is clarity, but it's just that the timing of the things that someone puts it across to you makes huge difference. It probably means the world to someone, and that's what he did to me the other day. And then we had a good throwdown sessions. He threw a lot of balls at me, and then I'm sure I impressed him with my skills, and
Absolutely.
So he was very happy. I could see that. So I thought, okay, let me impress him with more and more of the things what I've learned probably the 17 years here. So
the skill level was exceptional, both of you, very good.
So that's something which I felt Tom was, and his immediate feedback then and there, because I believe, I've realized that Tom is a guy who keeps it very short, very appreciative about things. He is very expressive. When he says he likes, especially when I'm batting, if he likes certain things, he makes sure that he mentions them. Probably that kind of helps us get better. Like, okay, maybe it makes us realize that, okay, we're doing the right things, and that sort of makes you feel great, because when it's an absolute feeling from within when you start realizing that yes, you're doing great things, you're doing the right things at the right time, makes you feel great.
Vanitha, you've been way overly generous.
No, it's not generous. I've told him the other day, it's like what it is. So.
And Likhitha?
I am someone who likes to learn something new every day, be it cricket or anything in life. And both of you have given me a lot to learn. You've shown me that even that small thing, that small mistake that we changed.
On the bat grip.
Yeah.
Can you explain what that was? You okay to?
My bat grip, he just turned, he asked me to turn my hand a little outward, a little bit, because my bat was
a bit too open.
Yeah, it was a little open. So as soon as that was corrected, you all could see the difference in my drives. So that small thing could create a big difference, is what I learned today from both of you.
Well, that's been an incredible conversation, more so than what we expected. So Likhitha VR, Likhitha VG, Vanitha VR, thank you so much for spending time with us.
Thank you so much, Andrew and Tom. It's wonderful having you guys in India. I hope you all enjoyed
Absolutely.
your time.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Well done, thank you, and I'm sure our viewers will have got so much knowledge and inspiration from you both, and the passion that you both got and the work ethic, I think hopefully will rub off on many viewers all over the world. So look out for both of these two to do great things in women's cricket in the not too near future. Well, there you go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that interview and podcast with Vanitha and Likhitha, two very experienced and fascinating and amazing women doing great things in the cricket space in India and around the world. The Karnataka Institute of Cricket has more than 2,700 students that go there to practice in Bangalore over the year, which never closes. It's open 365 days a year. When Andrew first went there in 2013, there were less than 20 girls involved. Today, that number has increased to more than 100, where the quality and appetite for the game is outstanding. The support the girls receive from their parents to attend regularly is returned from the skills developed around discipline, exercise, and a healthy lifestyle. Thanks so much to Irfan Sait, the founder and director of KIOC, and his continual vision and investing and improved facilities, coaching the students that is now past 20 years. Our visit to the KIOC was incredibly valuable, and we are extremely thankful for Irfan for having us. With the Cricket Mentoring family, we are seeing firsthand the emergence of women and girls cricket around the world, with Bharvi Devchand, Bella Fitzgibbon and Ash King, three of our students who are doing great things in their cricket space. And we hope that they're going to continue to be influential in their careers and the promotion of women's cricket around the world. We're really excited to keep building strong relationships with girls and women in cricket around the world, and can't wait for what the future holds. So thanks very much for watching this podcast and this interview, and I hope you've enjoyed it.